Hi, this is I Allegedly. Welcome back. I'm Dan, and I've got a good one for you today because we've got a huge problem on our hands with credit being cut off, interest rates spiking, huge problems. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, but let's get right into it. You're going to see this, try to get played down, but you can't play this down. And the bond market in Japan is having a real problem. And this is something that the mainstream media was trying to keep away from us and tried not to talk about. And it took Mike Adams, his podcast, for me to go, whoa, 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 let me look at this a little more. And he had a couple great guests on that were talking about this, and it made me research it. But Japan has got a real problem. Um, uh, their prime minister, Agiro Ashiba, says that they're in huge financial difficulties right now, and that they are worse than Greece right now. Only problem is that Japan prints its own money. Japan manufactures goods that we buy. You can think of Toyota cars, you can think of all the different electronics and everything else that Japan sells. So they have a country there that makes something. What does Greece make? Okay, other than debt. But with that, they wanted to lower interest rates at a cost to the country, and the prime minister said, no way, please don't do this. It's going to be a problem. But it is absolutely unbelievable that they've said that they are worse than uh, Greece right now. The other thing to think about is that this is coming home, guys. The credit problem that people like Greg Nanarino have talked about for years is coming to town. And you're going to see a crunch where the banks are going to not have the money. You're going to go to your ATM someday and there won't be any money and cash in there. And Japan is on the cusp of having something major happening. But it goes one step further. I want you to think about this. There is a rice shortage in Japan, which when you say that, it's insanity. It's stupid because, I mean, I'm not trying to make a joke out of it. This is kind of the rice capital of the world. They had all these restrictions put on the farmers. Don't create so much rice. Don't, don't work your farm. Cut back on the acreage. Well, now there's shortages. There's, rationing. There's high prices. It's just terrible. So, their agriculture minister, who's completely lost his mind also, this guy steps forward. Ito Teku is his name. And he said, I've never had to pay for rice in my life, and now I have to pay for it. Normally I'm given this as gifts. And then he stepped down. So again, just another bureaucrat, and they have them around the world. That's the thing, guys. You just think it's in my county, it's in my city. No, it's globally that we have these clowns that run things. And this guy doesn't get it. And again, all the restrictions on energy, all the restrictions on farming, watering, everything is paying the ultimate price to where there's a rice shortage in Japan as well. Do you know how insane that is? It's almost like you're making it up. So real estate is a real problem right now. And the problem with it is the persistent high interest rates. Now, here's the thing, guys. Everybody says, oh, we need to lower interest rates. If they do that, prices are just going to go through the roof. But who's got a job to pay for this? I had lunch with someone who's politically active today, who is very smart with the markets, very smart with real estate, and is just convinced that we're going to see a certain sector completely lose it during this time. And it's going to be middle America, the people like you and I that have to work our brains out to pay our bills and to budget, to go on vacation, to worry about how we're going to pay our bills, the electric bill. They're just going to raise our prices. And one thing that they're seeing is homeowners associations here and around the country. They're having such a problem with insurance, such a problem with energy, such a problem with everything that, here in California, I found a great article about how our gas is so much more expensive than, when you cross the border and go to the border, cross the border of our state and go to Arizona. We pay over 90 cents a gallon for taxes here in California, which is lunacy. And it's just continuing. But the HOAs, the homeowner associations, they're going to have the same problem. Thank God we don't have the property tax problem here that you have in other states where they just, willy-nilly raise it. But it's a problem. And the other thing is the commercial real estate problem is getting worse and worse and worse. Broker Aaron Smiles, sent me a great article about a Walnut Creek office building, three building complex, 526,000 square feet of office space in beautiful Walnut Creek. So here's the thing. I do these stories and people go, oh, yeah, that's a horrible area you're talking about. Talking about San Francisco. Walnut Creek, guys, is really nice. It's really, really nice. Well, in 2018, these people paid $220 million for this office complex. Seems fair. They just sold it this week for $111 million. Do the math on that, guys. How many office buildings can you sell and take a $90 million haircut on? It's too much, guys. It's too much. Over and over and over and over again. Again, I appreciate people like Aaron, Dr. Marvin, Lauren, Connecticut, everybody that sends me everything. There's one guy in particular that I love his stuff, and I've told him, don't send me a box of 40 different articles, send me one at a time. And he sends me newspaper clippings, but here's a perfect example. One Medical. Where have I heard of One Medical before? That's the company from that's owned by Amazon. They're the healthcare company. It's owned by Amazon. And what happened was they had a man named Philip Tong who died in 2023. It's no big deal. People die all the time. The only problem was somebody accessed his medical records and stole his medical records and looked at his name, his social, his different medical problems, healthcare procedures, everything that was done. That's illegal, guys. It's a crime that was done. So they're suing, the family is, Amazon's brains out and One Medical's brains out, and the hospital facility, everybody that didn't protect this stuff. Guys, I'm telling you right now, you have to go out and protect yourself. There was just another huge 1.6 million people got their data stolen. Thank you, Jesse, very much for this, because it's a good one, okay? But the point is, guys, is when people pass and people die, I'm telling you guys, look at this, okay? My late girlfriend, Lisa, her dad died in 2019, day before my birthday, okay, 2019. And he just got approved for a credit card. Now, somebody said, Dan, have you put, the death certificates with the county? Of course I have. With the credit card companies and things like that? Of course I have. Well, he just got approved for a credit card. Isn't that nice? Or is somebody out there actively using these dead people's credit cards? How about Mr. Tong? His family. I mean, it's just so ridiculous that they have to sue these people to get this stuff. And then you've got the 1.6 million people that just got compromised. And again, data, everything, socials, phone numbers, all that stuff. I'm telling you guys, right now, please go out and change your passwords. Please go out and look at your bank account, look at your credit card accounts, and make sure that there's nothing willy-nilly on there, okay? I had something on one of my accounts where there was a high-end hotel that I've been at before, and there was a $5.50 charge. I'm like, what is that doing on my charge? And I called the credit card company, and they said, oh, we may have to give you a new card because they may be phishing to see if you catch this, and then they'll do a big charge on it. So if you get your wallet stolen, call right away. I'm telling you guys, it's very easy to get a backup credit card, okay? It's very simple. And, my son had to get a driver's license and had to get it done quickly. And he said, listen, I'm traveling. You guys got to do this right away. Okay, we can get it in 4 days for you because he's traveling, okay? Oh, you're lucky. Normally it's, we say 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, guys? Have an extra credit card. Try not to carry everything with you. Now, if you're traveling, you got to take with you what you got to take. But this whole thing with the banks right now and with real estate, found a great article with the 6 problems with real estate, and it all stems from the interest rates right now. But I'm telling you this right now, guys, people don't have the income. People don't have the jobs. Talk to a real broker, a real estate lender that knows that. Don't talk to the real estate agents. They want you to buy a house. They want you to sell your house. They want you your action. You know, don't talk to a broker. What's it take to qualify for a loan now? Good ones that have done it. I'm talking multiple years. Don't get somebody that decided to do it, you know, because the kids are on summer break. That's not who you want to hire. Talking about somebody who's done billions of dollars with the loans. Okay, get a hold of somebody like that. You decide if they're qualified or not, but have them explain to you how difficult the market is right now. Because yes, there are different things that you can get that will get you into a house, but man, oh man, you've got to have good credit, you got to have a good job, and you got to have longevity in your income. When people go out and buy a house, one of the most wild things that people do is they go out and they show proof of funds. Look, I got 400 grand in the bank. Oh, that's great. You qualify. That's excellent. And then the money comes into escrow and it comes from another source. Uh-oh. Where did that come from? Who's that person? Oh, my uncle gave me the money, blah, blah, blah. All the fraud, all the problems with this are being dealt with. Think about this also. Wells Fargo Bank this week is cutting back on wire transfers and transfer of money of any kind throughout any of its systems. And you can sit there and say, huh? What's that have to do with us, Dan? Think about this. Do you ever use Zelle? You ever pay for anything online? Well, as of Thursday of this week, it's much more difficult to do that. And Wells Fargo, at its discretion, and you clicked on it, if you have a Wells Fargo account, they can delay the money. International money could be delayed up to a week. A week. And I've asked people, hey, when you send international wires, what's the most you've ever had delayed? Oh, 3-4 hours maybe. Okay, how about 7 days? Wouldn't tolerate that. So Wells Fargo issues a statement and says, if you want to send money right now, make arrangements for it to be sent and have plenty of time, because at our discretion, we're going to freeze that. Now, you can sit there and say, oh, they're just worried about money laundering and the bad people. Maybe. Or are they having trouble? Is this the beginning of the cash squeeze that we've been talking about, that I'm talking about right now? Don't think that everything is on the square. My uncle always says, is it on the square? Are they trying to take us? You know, they're trying to take us, guys. This whole thing is a scam. When you see someone like Japan telling you that we're worse than Greece, there's a problem globally that's affecting each and every one of us right now. Please, 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 okay? There's a lot of political things that are happening right now that are getting our attention. And I got to be honest, I have a private channel, I Allegedly Live, iallegedly.tv is where you sign up for that. We talk about all that stuff. It is entertaining times 50, okay? I love talking about that stuff. But when it comes to your finances and your privacy and everything, don't lose sight of the ball. I'm telling you, keep your eye on the ball, because this is designed so it's like, hey, look over here, look at this, look, okay? Speaking of that, look at these great dogs. These are dog walkers, professional dog walkers. Now, this is a talent. Look at all the different types of dogs, but check this out. You guys are amazing that you can do that. Hey, how are you guys? Absolutely amazing that you guys can do that. Sure, sure. It's funny. One of the dog walkers was like, hey, send me that video. But I'm telling you guys, you've seen me with Rosie and her friends. You get 3 dogs going in all different directions. It's absolutely crazy. I have so much respect for somebody that can keep that together, and to have 3 groups like that, and they're just all getting along, going to daycare. You know, it's excellent. A couple other things. You know, we talked earlier this week about Cellcom and how they were shut down. And Cellcom steps forward, and other professionals. They're the cellular company that's in Michigan and in Wisconsin that had the hacking. And they said every single company that has a technology spin to it needs to protect themselves from this, because this is going to happen. So, again, did they pay a ransom? No. Are they going to? No. But are they going to try to get their site back up? Yes. But people have been without phone service now about 10 days. They think they may get it done for Memorial Day. Wild, guys. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. But I'm shocked that more companies don't do this, but I'm telling you, and from my buddy today, so many people have positions in this world and they're so arrogant and they're just so, hey, I'm vice president of manufacturing, blah, blah, blah. And that clown's playing golf today. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot of people. They're going to lose their jobs still. You're going to see millions of people lose their jobs. The middle managers of the world, the desk people, as Mike Adams calls them, that sit there. AI is taking these jobs, people that are doing analysis, people that are doing projections, spreadsheets, software development. I'm telling you guys, you want to design a website right now, it is the easiest thing to do. And you can speak a prompt and it'll spit out a website for you. Very, very easy. And it's amazing. No, 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 Dan, you don't understand. It takes 6 months to make a website. Okay, okay. Keep telling yourself that. Remember, the mother of all credit squeezes is coming, guys. You're going to see real problems with all these different companies. One thing that was approved in that House bill that was absolutely amazing. Think about this. For the first $10,000 in interest that you pay on a U.S. made car, you can write off the interest rate on the interest deduction on that on your tax return for everybody. So if you buy a U.S. made car and you finance it, $10,000 in interest can be deducted off your taxes. That's huge, guys. Over the weekend, one thing I'm going to do is I think I'll do this on Memorial Day, is I'll do a bunch of grants that are out there right now, how to get money for your business, and how to do some personal grants too. I think I'll do a few videos. So while you guys are, hitting the barbecues, I'll be working for you. So final story, which this is crazy. A woman in her house found an old Susan B. Anthony dollar that was packed away in a child's little locket. And the Susan B. Anthony was a 1979 P wide-framed, wide-rimmed coin that went to auction. They thought, well, this could get $20,000. It got $726,000 at auction. So look into your old stuff. Whenever you go to grandma's house and you find old stuff, look through things. Pay attention to it. Oh, this is all crap. Who wants it? Let's send it to the Goodwill. Someone got rich for a Susan B. Anthony 1979 coin to the tune of $700,000. Isn't that crazy? Okay. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Email me, guys, hello@iallegedly. I love everything that you guys are sending me. Okay. Again, I thank everybody. I try to read everything myself. There's so much going on in the world that affects each and every one of us, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Okay? Don't forget to sign up for the email list too. The link's below.